Hello and welcome to the Barbara Young channel. This is my project vlog update for May. This is what I've been doing in May, and I've got, well, 5 things I'm going to go over because that's what I've been doing in May, 5 different things. Let me put the glasses on, have a look at my notes and see what we've got first. So, first thing I want to talk about is sewing machine. I've got another sewing machine and I've already had one that I've been using for quite a long time. It's a Genome, and the other one I've got is the Brother Boutique 30, which is a great little machine. And well, I say little machine, it is really, but it's quite heavy, just as heavy as the Genome, a bit heavier actually, so it's a bit of a brick, but it really does do the job. And it's got some lovely stitch patterns on there which the Genome just doesn't have, so it's a little bit more versatile machine, not quite so basic. Genome is brilliant for getting on and banging out those long seams and that, but the Brother really does have some great stitch patterns on there for those more fiddly things, especially with the stretchy material and that. So it's a great little machine and it's been working quite well, and I've actually used it quite a bit on the projects I've been doing in May, of which the first main project I suppose that I've actually been doing is some hairbands. I decided to make some hairbands because mine are always going, always break, don't last forever, and having some scrap material, I thought, well, why not? I mean, scrap material and some leftover elastic from different projects, or elastic that you might have salvaged from somewhere, just make some hairbands and you've got some nice looking hairbands from material that could, I suppose, match up with the outfit that you're wearing, because they are from whatever you've made and which is left over, which is brilliant, which I've done 3 of. I've got this white one, this blue one, and red one that I'm actually got in my hair at the moment. So that's a great little make, just some hairbands. So yeah, quick and easy. Could make loads of these really, from varying sizes. You can make them much bigger, smaller, stretchier, more material, less material, I don't know, whatever you like really, I suppose, whatever takes your fancy with them. So that was hairbands. The next thing I had to go at, which wasn't so good, was a cami top, a camisole top. The reason for doing this camisole top, this one, can't get it to show up properly, was this material. This material is salvage material. It was another top basically that I cut out and used to make this camisole top. Now it was a bit difficult because of the material, and that's part of the reason for doing it. It was very much a learning thing to learn how to sew with such a material. It's a very sort of drapey, sort of, obviously it's a polyester of some sort. It is very drapey and it does sort of make it difficult to sew with. It doesn't want to go where you want it to, and it just doesn't quite sit right. So there's a lot of learning to be done with trying to use this type of material. Now there is a facing piece in this that's on the inside. On the front it goes all the way around, but the way that this facing piece is it's hard to turn down. It's really hard to understitch, so this never got finished off because it's just really hard to work with. So I think this facing piece needs to be bigger, and I think actually with this top, if I was to make it with a stretch material or something like that, that's a bit easier to work with, where I don't have to worry about the seams, then actually it might work quite well. So, but that was a very good learning experience. I learnt a lot with sewing this and understanding how this material works and what pitfalls you're going to end up with. Hemming it, absolute nightmare. Yeah, it doesn't like to be hemmed very easily, so that's one of the things about it. If when you get to doing like the straps, they're not easy to work with. The facing, it's hard to finish off. So yeah, if you want to make a cami top with this type of really drapey material, by all means go and do it, but it's quite a bit of work for such a small top. But there you go, it's what happens when you experiment, or at least try to learn new skills with materials that you're not quite sure with. You have to take your time, and it doesn't always work out. But yeah, next one hopefully will be a lot better. Right, that's 3 things done with already. So what have I got next? A shirt. Now I've been making, get the pattern piece out there, we'll get the pattern. I've been having a go at this one. This is a quick sew 355, and it's basically it really is just a basic shirt. It has the line drawings for it. Can either have it with long sleeves or with short sleeves. Comes with a collar, and it's got some shaping on the bottom, so it is a sort of shaped shirt, which is pretty much what it is. And actually it's quite a simple design. There's not that many pieces to it, but it did tax me a little bit when I first started doing it, because I was thinking, well, it's not come together very well, and I wasn't quite sure about the pattern pieces and how they'd go together. The instructions are, I suppose, clear, but not all-encompassing. They're a little slack on having a lot of detail in there, but it wasn't too bad. I did manage to get a mock-up together, which is where I've started. I've done a mock-up, so that's me mock-up, and a couple of little things to watch out for. I noticed that obviously when I come to actually do the main garment, when I actually come to make it, I will probably have to do another mock-up because I want to make some changes. But things to watch out for is this collar piece. The way it comes together is quite good, and it makes it really quite simple to do. But you know, unless you've done a mock-up and understood where the errors can happen, then it's like, what's going on? But once I'd done this mock-up, I thought, yeah, that's not too bad. I now know what to look out for. There's some little tucks that can happen when you're trying to get this yoke part onto this, what is the low part of the collar, this or the collar stand on the back here, and then there's the collar itself. Well, that actually went in quite well, except these corner bits and getting it sort of into the collar stand area. That was a little bit tricky, but that wasn't too bad. And the way that this is done on the front means that actually you could button it up either way. You could button it up so it's left or right, depending on how you want that, because of the way it is. There isn't any real shaping in it. There's no darts in it at all. So I think when I actually make this, I'm going to do another mock-up and change it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the bottom, because what I want is a straight hem on the bottom. Let's have a look. What else did I say I needed to do on that? Yeah, straight hem. I need to lengthen the sleeve. The sleeves aren't quite long enough. They're not too bad, but I probably need maybe another couple of inches at most on that sleeve length, just to make it a bit more comfortable, because I prefer a slightly longer sleeve. And after that, I've said sleeve, yeah, darts. I said there were no darts in this, so I might try and see about how I can put darts in the back of the shirt or blouse, however you want to describe it, so that it's got a bit more tailoring in there, because it has got quite a bit of room and ease on this one. I've made the large size for this because I wanted it to be sort of quite roomy and quite relaxed in its fit, but I wanted across the waist and the back bit that's sort of here, I want it to just gather in just a little bit more, so it's not quite so roomy there, but the rest of the sizing is quite well. And anything else that I need to do? No, that was it. I think they were the main changes. So the hem, the sleeve and the darts, really, to give it a bit of amendment. So another mock-up of this to put those changes in and see how it goes from there. But overall, it's actually quite a simple pattern. It's not difficult. It's not a complicated one. The only other part that was a little bit odd and a bit difficult was the sleeve for this cuff opening on the sleeve. Let me just We've got some here. I actually made two little sleeve ends, literally just cut a piece to make the sleeve end so I could work out how to get this like bias tape piece over this opening slot for the cuff area, so that I could work out what was the best way to do it, because it didn't seem all that straightforward to me. So I had a good practice on doing these sleeve cuts just to make it easier, so before I actually made the sleeves on the garment and put them on there. And yeah, it was a good experience because I learnt a lot of doing that, of how the material is going to sit and sew, and it's not quite as straightforward as the pattern instructions show you, but yeah, I got there, and I think I've got a good idea of what I need to do when I actually come to do the main garment, so that really helped. So all in all, enjoyed doing that, and I'm going to look forward to actually making the main garment when I got some main material, or first of all, second mock-up to make those changes. So that's 4 of my items done with, and just one more thing, which is my skirt. Now this is the Quick Sew 8650. Is it an 8650? You know what, let me just go and grab the pattern and I'll double check that. Actually, it's the Simplicity 8650, that one. One that I've made before, but I've made view C, and I've made view C out of like scraps material, quite heavy material really, a lot heavier than what this pattern is designed for. So I've done view B, which is pretty much what the model's wearing, but not quite as long. I've shortened it so it sits above the knee, and I've put the little bag, the little purse piece on there. But yeah, again, I'm using very drapey materials, which I haven't used before, and I wasn't quite sure how they were going to work, which is where doing the Cami sole top gave me a lot of experience of working with these drapey materials. So yeah, it wasn't quite such a drama as I thought it might be, and because the Simplicity pattern is such a simple pattern, you've basically got 3 pattern pieces, and when you cut it out you end up with 8 material pieces, and once you've finally got it together you end up with something like this, which is quite nice really, nice and drapey, elasticated waist, so there's no zips, no buttons, nothing like that. So it really is quite a straightforward and simple pattern, which was really quite easy to do once I got to grips with the material that I was using. So yeah, really enjoyed doing that one. So there we go. Even though it doesn't seem like a lot, it took me quite a bit of time to do those number of items, those projects that I'm on, of which one I've got to, well, more than one, 2 of them I've got to want to go and redo. With the shirt I'm going to move on and redo, make another mock-up, and then hopefully find some material for that. And the camisole top, want to find some stretchy material for that, maybe a jersey knit or something, or that type of thing, and make it from that material, which hopefully will work out a bit better. So still got things to be doing, still got things to get done in June, and other projects as well that I'm still currently working on. So yeah, we'll always be sewing something, so we'll always have something to tell you about. So all in all, quite a productive month. Well, thank you very much for watching my video. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye. Bye.